Just trying to see for sure. Okay, Twitch says it's live. YouTube does as well. So let's go open the chat. Throw it on there. Open the chat. Just making sure I have that up in case anyone actually does want to talk with me. And then we'll be just about ready. Up. Yep. Okay then. We're going to be doing this. Okay, we have Nikke. I have my D cosplay, which I am not showing off just because I don't have a camera for this computer. I might publish it somewhere eventually, just for funsies. But for now, we are entering the event. Or downloading for the event, I guess. All right. So I logged in a little earlier today just to pick up some more recruitment vouchers for Kay. After I made sure I could afford it. I'm just gonna do this part really fast. I'm not gonna make new teams for now. I'm just going to blitz this. Just because I see it and I kind of need to do it. I like Siren. So while the union raid is going on, just a couple updates. The bunny girls are getting new skins that are baseball themed in relation to the baseball event that's happening not next week but the following week for San Diego. That's something I'm honestly very excited for just because I'm a baseball fan. I am assuming the K event is going to have something to do with baseball just because, otherwise that'd be weird.
I guess this makes me a good luck charm.
I'm also eating nachos right now because I have not eaten today. Okay, so other people are beating these first and they're better than me, so we'll just wait. We'll just wait for a minute for that. I always love it to see that. So I'm going to try one more 10 roll. I tried doing a 10 roll last night, but now that I'm actually in the cosplay. Wait. Yeah, let me get the gloves on too. I'm in my full D cosplay. I am hoping Kay recognizes me and comes home. Will the glove go on? I bought some weird ass gloves that look nice, but are just big enough that I can't get the size smaller, and the fingers are a little wonky. Like a little, how do I even describe it? Like, you know when the glove is just too big and you can feel your fingers kind of trying to, like what you're trying to grip with your fingers, just kind of grip with the fabric. I don't know. It's weird. Point is, oh, excuse me. Hood up. Okay. I'm just going to do 110 roll. I would love it if you come home and I don't need to use mileage. Just one roll. Because I'm saving the rest of this for Stellar Blade. Fake out. Wow, okay, really doesn't like me. To be fair, Arcana liked me less. I did a lot more rolls for Arcana because I was not willing to wait. Or because for Arcana I didn't care. K, I know I'm taking K and I want to save stuff for later.
Come again if you need anything. Are you
Sure.
looking for something? Let me help you. Ready detected.
We're just doing it this way. Is it cheating? I don't think so.
I'm in a surly mood. If there's anyone you want off, feel free to tell me.
God damn. Okay, K. Yeah, and I still have a couple mileage tickets for later. I would like to save more, but it's enough. I'm forever pissed at the person that I saw roll like get like 3Ks in 110 roll. Okay, it's supposed to be really interesting. I know she's supposed to synergize very well with Arcana, but like I just said, I wasn't able to pull Arcana.
Oh, that's good.
What does she do? Okay, so she has last bullet effects. Ooh. Okay. Nice. Extra damage on that. Reduce max ammunition cap, but increase attack damage. Similar effects cannot be stacked. So yeah, that's the specific example given. Change the weapon use. Okay. So that will be interesting. I'll just do this because we're going to use her in a second anyway. That feels like it would be very useful, actually. But I wonder if how that could stack with Privity's reload speed.
Commencing operation.
I'm not sure, but for now, we just go into Lord of Justice. Undisclosed location in the Ark, Perilous Siege, safe house. Ooh. Okay. Kay stares down with sunken eyes at the sentenced targets brought in earlier. 2 men and 1 woman have their arms and legs tightly bound and tape sealed over their mouths. Scattered around them are various samples of a drug prevalent in the Ark referred to as mist. Kay peels the tape off of one of the man's mouths. Please don't kill me. There must be some kind of misunderstanding. As the man's body hits the floor, it is accompanied by the clink of a shell casing landing. Kay removes the tapes from the other man's mouth. So this is how it ends? Getting used and then tossed to the wolves. You don't have a clue, do you? The judges in Perilous Siege are way worse than us. This statement causes Kay, who is aiming her weapon at the man's head, to pause. At least we're honest about being dishonest. Oh no, not you. You prattle on about justice as if there's anything righteous about this dirty work. The bullet grazes the man's cheek, interrupting his seething tirade. Shut up. Get it over with, will you? Just kill me already. Another casing drops. The man collapses, his face frozen in contorted rage. Kay looks down at the growing pool of blood with dead eyes. No. The remaining woman, who is still tied up, watches with terror in her eyes. After glancing her way, Kay pulls out a phone and dials a number. Before there is even a ring, the line connects with a click. Report. Request for stay of execution. Stand by. Denied. Execute immediately. And if I refuse, murmured voices can be heard on the other end. A voice different from the previously monotone. This voice is now coming from the phone. It is the voice of an elderly person. Okay, are you listening? X? That's right. I believe this is the first time you've heard my voice. And yet you still recognize me. That's because you're the only one of the upper strata who still seems human. I'll take that as a compliment. However, I believe we have a misunderstanding to clear up. The man's voice immediately drops all pretense of warmth and shifts to a cold, emotionless tone. Kay can feel the hairs on her body stand on end. The judges are a committee. Everyone has an equal say, and therefore all decisions are impartial. However, the letters in our code names also stand for something. To borrow the terminology you just used, one could say we're divided into the upper and lower strata, yes? So tell me, what do you think that means? Remember what your name stands for. Accept the consequences of the choice you made. I'm waiting for a response. For the sake of a righteous judgment. The call disconnects. Kay grips the phone tightly and clenches her jaw. Having overheard the call, a look of resignation watches over the woman sitting in front of Kay. Undisclosed location in the Ark Perilous Siege safe house. There's the sound of a single gunshot. Then the echo of a shell casing rolling on the floor. And several more shots. Ooh, that's some nice music. Can't wait for this soundtrack. Oh, Chatterbox is the challenge stage. Neat. I just turned away to grab some chips, and he's dead.
Tis taken me longer than usual. Had I donned my usual garb, I would have been swifter.
We enter. Hey, Blanca Noir. Oh, they did just get skins. I heard Morin's getting a skin for this event too.
Briefed myself on the mission.
Is it a bet? Then count me in.
Wait, actually, what did she say?
I briefed myself on the mission earlier.
Ooh, I like that.
Is it a bet? Then count me in. I'll be the best hand in your deck.
Leave it to Roger. I'm going with you.
Oh, we don't need her. We have this. And
Roger. Joining the mission.
all right. Perilous Siege, Bunny Girl, the dealer, and DPS. No, sorry. It's that particular time of day when the weariness of a full and busy day is intermingled with the satisfaction of having spent your time well. Here's today's breaking news. Traces of illegal drug trafficking were found in an office in the Ark's Western District. The building in question was completely destroyed, leading the ACPU to suspect inter-organizational conflict. Things are getting grim. I absent-mindedly watch the TV and then get up to take a shower. However, what's the however? I sense that someone is already in the bathroom. In the past, this would have caused me to panic, but that was then and this is now. I smile and open the door. Oh, hi. Okay. Can I show this on YouTube and Twitch? I hope so. I wanted to borrow your shower for a minute. Don't worry, I'll be out of your hair soon enough. Kay's voice seems dispirited, and I can see blood stains on her face. You're not hurt, are you? I rush over to check on her. Take it easy, that hurts. I'm not sensing Kay's usual abrasive energy. First things first, let's tend to these injuries. And how do you intend on doing that? I was gonna call Mary or Pepper. And notify the entire world about Perilous Siege and what we do? Don't worry about me, I'm not badly hurt. I just need to stay here for a moment. And then I'll be fine. Oh, this is gonna be a depressing event, isn't it? Okay. Kay's eyes close as she slumps over. I rush over to catch her before she falls. Let's get you in the other room. I try to lift her. But she's a Nikke and therefore expectedly heavier than a normal person would be able to lift. Careful, I'm on a mission of great consequence. They outfit us with special bodies for such missions. They're completely different from those you pick up without a care. When you're out gallivanting with your Nikke girlfriend... I feel kind of called out, I'm not gonna lie. Kay curls up inside the tub. Leave me be. I'll feel better soon and then I'll be gone. I'm sorry for making a mess of your bathroom. What are you doing? I'm gonna stay here until you feel better. Kay stares blankly as I sit next to the tub. Whatever. Do as you please. After responding bluntly, she slowly closes her eyes.
Time to take out the trash.
So how does her kit want to work? Let's see her in action. Hehe. Yeah, SMGs make sense for her.
Target is still alive.
I may look like a bunny, but I'll take on anyone, anytime, anywhere.
A while later, Kay has managed to clean herself up. I then summon up every last ounce of strength I have and attempt to help move her. Whew. You okay? Sounds like you're the one who needs to lie down, not me. I'm fine. Just gotta catch my breath. Fine. After giving a perfunctory response, Kay turns her back to me. Wolfie? Yep. I think I've lost my memory. Oh, you going through mind wipe? Not quite the same as Arcana. It's not all gone. But there are bits and pieces missing. Okay, so we are tying this back a little to the last event. Oh. On top of that, I have no recollection whatsoever of the past week. The last thing I remember is formulating a plan to collect intel for a top-level mission. Next thing I knew, I woke up inside the safe house and everything in between is a blank. Do you remember how I got those injuries? Not a clue. They don't appear to be severe and certainly don't inhibit my movements. Like Kay said, the injuries do appear only to be surface-level cuts and scrapes. It's hard to explain. It's like my body's refusing to move. At any rate, that's the situation. I also can't get in touch with any of the upper strata or D. Do you think it could... I doubt it. If they wanted me dead, I wouldn't be here right now. The judges aren't nearly that sloppy. So what does it mean? Probably just one of those things. Something the judges consider perfectly normal. Do you really believe that? What other choice do I have? Throw my hands up and wait for things to unfold? I've got to proceed as usual. Wrap things up. Have no loose ends and deal with any aftermath if and when it comes. Is that how you usually operate? Yeah. Perhaps feeling a bit more energized from our conversation, Kay sits up on the bed. Speaking of which, heading back to work? You catch on quick. I guess. Humans are intuitive creatures after all. Yeah, but I'm not so sure I want to get used to what's going on here. Who is it? Take a guess. Just a moment. Tell her to come in. She already knows everything. Alright. Come in. Arcana walks in with a beaming smile, then promptly spins around upon seeing Kay. You two go ahead and have fun. It's fine, come in. Sorry, but I kind of hoped it'd just be the two of us being intimate. Jesus Christ! What the hell? It's not what you think. After a while, Arcana finally calms down and explains why she came. Wait, what? The Forbidden Library, to be precise. My room isn't the only entrance into that place, you see. Normally they're tightly sealed, but... Arcana shows us a picture of a metal door that's been split open like a sheet of paper. One of them ended up like this. Call that a break-in? I know, the word barely does it justice. The other thing is, the alarm never went off. I only discovered it when I didn't have anything else to... I mean, when I was making my rounds. Kay and I exchange a silent glance. Let's go. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah. The break-in at the Forbidden Library and the members of a Peerless Siege member mysteriously vanishing? There's no way it's all a coincidence. Did you say you lost your memory? I've got a great method that works for me whenever my memory gets wiped. If you want, I could keep it to yourself. Oh, okay. Let's head to the library. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
This mess will be fun.
I don't think it's Kay that broke in, right? She would be dead. It was like she said the judges would just kill her.
I've got this. Reload. I may look like a bunny, but I'll take on anyone, anytime, anywhere.
Oh, Blanc. Ah, excuse me. Arcana takes us to the scene of the crime. A bulky iron door thicker than my body has been torn apart like a piece of cloth. Okay, I will say cloth is harder to tear apart than most people think it is, especially if it's woven together properly. But I understand the metaphor. Is this passage normally unused? I personally don't use it, no. But others do? During emergencies. Arcana glances over to Kay, who's examining the door. You mean... Yes, this passage is occasionally used by members of Perilous Siege. It's connected to the path that I usually take. Neither I nor anyone else uses it often, so we employ additional security measures to keep an eye on it. Did you report it? Yes, as soon as I saw it. But for some reason, I haven't received any response yet. I started wondering what I should do, and then I figured that since you're connected with this place as well... That's so smart of you. I'll ask the higher-up post to myself. Ooh, wait. I suddenly remember Kay mentioning how she was unable to reach D. No answer. From D, you mean? She's probably on a mission. She's always hard to get a hold of. She usually answers my calls. Maybe she's more proactive about answering calls from her husband? I don't think that's it. Anyway, let's go inside. Inside? Whoever did this didn't do it because they were bored. They were looking for something. That's true, but... Is there anything missing? I checked the highly classified materials first, and luckily nothing is missing from those. I didn't have time to look at the other materials. Then we'll look now. Good idea. If we figure out what's going on missing and what's been damaged, that might clue us in on who the intruder was. Kay pushes the iron door further open for us to go in. Let's go. The passage eventually intersects with the corridor leading to Arcana's room. Upon arriving at the Forbidden Library's reading room, we commence our search. Not long after that. Well, that was less hassle than I thought it'd be. This room holds the documents that are one level below the most highly classified materials. I've already checked them. I see a wooden door which resembles the one I saw before, leading to the room where the Goddess Squad records were housed. On it, there's a sign that reads S1452, along with a crude lock. It's open. You're right. The faint musty scent of old books waft through the cracks in the open door. What kind of records are kept here? That's where the records pertaining to Perilous Siege are stored. What? Let's go. Inside the room is complete disarray. Oh my gosh. Those wicked thieves, they made a complete mess of this place. Wait, hang on. How are the Perilous Siege documents not some of the not accounted in the most highly classified documents? You'd think Wetworks would either be shredded or not or in the highest classification. Arcana hastily begins picking up the books scattered on the floor. Forget about those for now. More importantly, it looks like me like some of the books are missing. What? Just as Kay said, some sections of the shelves are noticeably empty. Do you have any idea what those missing books were about, Arcana? Yeah. The records here are usually redacted before they get to us. But I still remember some of the titles. Let's see. Arcana examines the gaps in the shelves. Looks like the mission records for 2 members of Perilous Siege. So the Forbidden Library was broken into, and records related to Perilous Siege have gone missing. Meanwhile, Kay has been injured and lost her memory, and D is MIA. This isn't good. This might go deeper than we initially thought. The fuck was that? Is there some kind of construction going on? I heard they were expanding the Forbidden Library. Yes, but that's not set to start for a while. Let's check it out. We hurry out of the room and follow the continuous thudding sound.
Engaging the enemy. I roll a step back. I'll reload. Please bring me alive.
I do like, by the way, how both members of Perilous Siege have close range weaponry. Because Kay has her SMG, which I'm pretty sure swaps to a shotgun when she bursts.
It looks like I've won this game.
I'm sorry, I'm hungry. I'm eating while I do this. As we run, the noise continues. When we arrive at the main reading room of the Ark Library, we find what seems to be the source of the noise. Oh, god damn it. Hi, Moran. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Oh, geez. Sorry about that. Moran is desperately trying to straighten the bookshelves, which have fallen over like dominoes. Oh, man, how am I going to clean this all up? Moran? Cadet? Are you here to help me? How thoughtful of you. I'm curious about the outfit. My outfit? Moran looks down at her clothes. What about it? Just never seen you wear it before. I'm curious. Oh, what I usually wear is the Peony Association traditional garb, but it's just casual wear. I don't deserve the Peony Association uniform now. Wait, what happened to Morin? Did something happen with her that I'm not aware of? Last I saw her, she was still leading them into the summertime. Anyway, for this research that I'm doing, it's important that people don't know that I'm from the Peony Association. What kind of research would... Oh. What else? 6-0. Have we made any progress? She pulls out an envelope from her pocket. What's that? Missed. This is actually the first event I've seen 6-0 mentioned in, personally. I feel like for the entire past year, we just haven't seen 6-0. And that was the year I started. This is the room I used to this is the room I use for brief breaks. Make yourself comfortable. This looks like the hotel room. Arcana leads us to a small room connected to the librarian's desk, whereupon Morin, Kay, and I all sit down. You said your name was Kay? Does Perilous Siege have an interest in this as well? That's none of your business. Then I won't share any information with you either. Cadet, let's talk in private. Morin stands up. Sit down. Don't tell me what to do. You little. Both of you, calm. Didn't Rosanna mention something before about the Underworld Queen's Imperialist Siege not getting along? I actually don't know. I've never seen the Underworld Queen's events. I've only seen them in the summer event. Why would we get along with scum like them? They say they punish evildoers, but everyone in the underworld knows the truth. The only people who get a bullet in the head are those who get in the way. We punish those who did wrong and make them pay the price. That is the only path to true justice. Don't talk to me about justice. What you will do is the furthest thing from just... Both of you, shut the fuck up. Morin, what did you find? We're in a bit of a tough situation now, and any information you have could be useful. Fine, I'll tell you. But only because you're the one asking. Okay, Kay's words are not ringing untrue. I don't know how to feel about that. Morin sits down and pulls out a small notebook. According to a recent lead, I found out that mist is being distributed again in the Ark. I don't know what voice I want to do for Morin. I'm not even consistent with Kay. I think Arcana, I'm still doing the same voice from last week at least. I did everything I could to track down the suppliers. But it was like they vanished into thin air. I'm telling the truth. I hid myself out of sight and waited for them all to head into their hideout. Once they were inside, I immediately raided the place. But when I did, no one was there. Could there have been a secret passage of some kind? I checked for that too. I ran over that place with a fine-tooth comb and smashed everything. Nothing came up. Could it be... Here is today's breaking news. Traces of illegal drug trafficking were found in an office in the Ark's Western District. The building in question was completely destroyed, leading the ACPU to suspect inter-organizational conflict. So that was you. What was that? Nothing. So you came to the library to investigate further? No. I ended up apprehending the criminals. They had some mist on them. What? But I don't know what happened. I was chasing after 3 people, 2 men and a woman. The 2 men disappeared, although I have no idea where, and only the woman was left. Wait. Kay, who had been listening silently until that point, interrupts Morin. 2 men and 1 woman, you said? Yeah. Do you know something? Kay clutches her head. Kay? What's wrong? Are you hurt? I didn't know Perilous Siege had feelings. Don't worry about it. Just tell me about the 3 people you were tracking. You said there was only 1 woman left? Yeah. But something bad must have happened to her. She was totally out of it. She kept rambling and saying someone killed her friend. I was barely able to get a coherent sentence out of her, but finally managed to get a rough description of who killed them. I wrote it down and came to the library to try and find more information. Why the library? I'm sure the library has that kind of information. I don't know about that. But I thought you could find anything you needed at a library. As a historian, I respect the drive, but no. Anyway, now that I met up with you guys, it doesn't matter. Should I just tell you the description? Please. Ahem. Morin clears her throat and flips through her notebook. Female with long black hair. It wasn't possible to discern whether she was a human or a Nikke. Not much to go on. Exactly. Even amongst our small group, you and I already match that description. Is that it? Of course not. Next, she had guns with spikes, a kind of pistol, maybe an SMG, a gun in any case. Don't look at me like that. There are a lot of other guns out there with spikes. Is there any more? Keep going. That's all I got from her. Figures. Oh, wait, there was one more thing. I just forgot to write it down. Apparently, the woman was talking to someone on the phone and said something about refusing to carry out an execution and then accepting a choice. A whole bunch of ominous stuff like that. Then something about a righteous judgment and, some other stuff. Yeah! What did you say? Kay grabs Morin's shoulders and glares at her. What did you just say? What's gotten into you? Morin, can we talk with that woman now? Sure, I told her to go lie down for a while. I can go wake her up. Let's go quickly. Lead the way. Did she hang herself? Did Dee finish the job? Damn. What the hell is going on? I would like to know this too, please.
You're about to witness my ultimate performance. Clear. How heavy my burden has been. Reload.
As long as we're together, I will never fall.
Moran takes us to the point where the outer rim and the arc are partitioned. This is it. I ring the doorbell and wait a moment, but there's no sign of anyone inside. Did she hang herself? Did someone else do it? I ring the bell a second time, but nothing happens. Could she have left and gone somewhere? Step aside for a moment. That woman was in no state to go anywhere. That tells me I thought your brain was a useless lump, but you're pretty sharp. Damn, Kay. Guess Underworld Queen isn't so bad for a bunch of lousy chumps. Wow, I had no idea you were capable of complimenting someone. Maybe you're a better person than I thought. Moran, you are too precious for this world. You stay here and look after Cadet. I'll go inside. Moran easily breaks down the flimsy door and steps inside. Soon after. We've got a small problem, Cadet. Come inside. Damn. Okay. Lingering inside the room is the scent I've smelled a few times before. The pungent metallic scent of blood. Not only that, she's dead. The body of a woman lies on the floor. I was holding myself back earlier because it's you. But this changes things. Now I've gotten involved in this. What in the world is going on? I'm sorry I didn't know when was the right time to fill you in. I begin to explain everything to Morin. From Kay losing her memory. I feel like I shouldn't be explaining that part. Kay silently examines the dead woman's body with sunken eyes. I had no idea I was this serious. I'm sorry for getting you mixed up in all this. Wait. Just a minute, let me think. Morin closes her eyes for a few moments, then reopens them. Fine, I'll help. What about Sixo? It's okay. I'd hit a wall with that anyway. Once I finish helping you and Kay, you two can return the favor and lend me a hand. Okay, Thank you. No need to thank me. What are friends for? You two done. Hate to break up a love fest, but perhaps you could spare a moment to look at this. Sorry, we're good. What's up? Look at this. Kay points to a wound where the blood is slowly congealing. Does that wound bring anything to mind? Well, I hadn't seen many corpses in my lifetime. The injury does seem familiar. It's a gash. One that seems to have been caused by a knife or some type of heavy blade. Like an axe, for example. No. Just then, footsteps echo behind us. Okay, I'm actually looking at it. Okay, so my cosplay is actually good. I don't have the weapons, but I have the vest, I have the jacket. Okay, and that is it. Oh! Part of the jacket straps go over the cape? Okay, that one is just, I physically can't do. I also don't have the bag. The shorts I have longer than that just because I don't think I can get those shorts or look good in them. And yeah, so this has turned into I'm reviewing my own cosplay on stream without you guys being able to see it. Also, the red eyes I don't have, but very happy with what I did. D, did you do this? D doesn't answer and continues walking towards me. Hold on a minute. Why don't we keep our distance and talk this through? Sensing the tension, Morin steps in front of me, but take this. D hands me a phone and steps back. Why would you? Answer it. As soon as I press the button, a cold and organic voice emerges from the speaker. Wolfie. Who is this? VII.
Engaging with enemy. Commander, stay behind me.
VII. That's so 7.
Target is still alive.
Right? Because V is 5, and then the II is 7.
It looks like I've won this game.
VII. The judges. D, return to your mission. D bites her lip and briefly glances over at K as she heads out the room. At the doorway, she stops short and stands beside me. Please help her. I have a mission for you, Wolfie. It's something you're already quite familiar with, so no explanation will be necessary. Before that, I'm not taking questions. Justice has no place for it. What? We judges pass judgments. We embody justice. We are justice itself. You must follow and respect this. You are the Ark's salvation, and humanity's as well. You must become an infallible, unwavering symbol of righteousness. All of your past verdicts were the foundation. Those made in the future will be the harvest. And this judgment will be the turning point. A watershed moment, an inflection point, a divergence. The moment in which you realize the true meaning of justice. So make your judgment, Wolfie. Deny all falsehoods. Eradicate evil. Uphold justice. That is your role and your duty. It is your destiny. The voice brims with more than mere conviction. It seethes with madness. I only now realize I haven't moved this entire time, and it's only with considerable effort that I can open my mouth to speak. Who is the target this time? Who do you want me to pass judgment on? In response to my question, V lets out a sigh. It seems both regretful, yet also self-satisfied. The target this time, V indicates the target, is me. What? Oh, God, I love this song. Oh, wrong button. The shattered scales. Are you sure this is the right way? Kay does not respond to Moran's question. Hey, I said, is this the right way? Most likely, yes. I have a rough idea of where the safe house is, so I'll take the lead. All right. Watching Kay silently bite her lip reminds me of what just happened. The target this time is me. What? Judges are the embodiment of justice, and so we must always be just. But I have lost my way. The righteous path which I tread has become one of evil. My position can only be inhabited by one with an infallible sense of justice, and so I must be judged and face judgment. What in the hell is this? You're telling me a judge, one of the upper strata, is the target? And they're the ones putting a hit out on themselves? What kind of insane? You already know the answer to the question you're about to ask, Kay. What? You may know the answer, but you no longer have the privilege. A puppet is not entitled to uphold justice. Is that because she's a Nikke? It's nothing so banal as that. Kay has failed us. She has forgotten her mission. She has forsaken the name which was given to her. She has failed time and time again and become little more than a hollow puppet. What's this? A key? Kay vacantly pulls out an old key from her coat. That will tell you about the path you've walked. It will reveal the truth and the facts. It will reveal my beliefs, my will, and my sense of justice. Okay. Kay clenches tightly to the old key in her hand, to which there is a tag attached which reads, Top Secret Archive, S1452. So Kay was the one who broke? Okay. I feel like I'm getting more questions than answers, but I am loving this. I'm drinking some water now, by the way. Also, props to Moran and Arcana. They have both stood between the commander and perilous siege because they believed it to be certain death for him.
I'll kill you all.
So far, though, I'm loving this event. It's so fascinating. We definitely are missing a lot of pieces to this puzzle, and I'm curious to see what happens when they get filled in. Or if they get filled in. We might just have to wait longer.
It looks like I've won this game.
Although, if the commander becomes one of the judges, I could see that being a very interesting plot point. We arrive at the Perilous Siege safe house located within the Ark and open the door. A panoply of books, which have clearly been taken from the Forbidden Library, lie scattered around the safe house. Kay doesn't so much as flinch at the sight. It's as if she was expecting it or already knew. Aren't those the records that were missing? I think so. I pick up one of the books. Mission code K-35 declassified. Target redacted. Assignment of judgment regarding redacted. Redacted emerged as a major political figure amidst the chaos that spread through the evacuation to the Ark. He initially appeared upright and honest, but he's now believed to become intoxicated by power and is plotting to overthrow the central government. Refer to attached evidence and conduct further investigation before delivering judgment. For humankind, may justice prevail. This must have been Kay's mission. Mission code D77 declassified. Target, Bright Squad. Assignment, gather intel on Bright Squad. Frequent injuries and mission delays have been reported within the squad. Intel suggests the squad leader could be deliberately sabotaging missions. Infiltrate their ranks, go undercover on a mission to the surface, and gather intel. If the squad leader is determined to have been corrupted or otherwise overtaken, pre-authorization for immediate disposal is granted. If not, focus on intelligence gathering. For humankind, may justice prevail. D. More and more similar entries appear in the books. I think you should take a look at this. Open the book more and hand it over to me. Mission code VII-1 declassified. Proposal for upholding justice within the Ark and across humanity as a whole. Within the insular society of the Ark, the activities of Perilous Siege proved remarkably effective. All traces of evil within the Ark were soon eradicated. However, evil is the darker side of the coin which must exist for justice to persist. Therefore, a proposal to maintain justice and oversee Perilous Siege has been drafted, which can be seen below. Formation of slums, originally intended for formation of minor criminal organizations and other forms of social instability, but determined to be unnecessary due to the current structure and atmosphere of the Ark. Priority downgraded, only periodic monitoring required. The Outer Rim. Formation of pro-Rapture radical group. Public awareness of Raptures continues to decline. The attached survey suggests this is due to the fact ordinary citizens rarely encounter Raptures personally. Therefore, pro-Rapture radical groups are to receive clandestine support to increase awareness and format hostility toward Raptures from the general populace. Let's see what's next. Conduct surveillance on redacted. Redacted is a powerful tool, but may fail to understand the judge's concept of justice. As such, it is necessary to, through the use of up-to-date research and indirect means discovered by Redacted, find a way to prevent Redacted from becoming an impediment in any way. On July 22nd, X recommended a candidate for this plan. J is a skilled hacker operating under the code name #0000000. 60? Proposal passed with 6 votes in favor and 3 against, excluding the proposer. Covert contract underway. What? At least we found a lead. Can finally face the Peony Association again. Kay. Kay drops the book she was reading and starts to tremble. You okay? As I move toward Kay, I catch sight of what was in the book that fell to the floor. VI1, or 7-1, mid-report. Mission success rate for General Agent and Nikke's is under 50%. The plan itself is sound, but the method is flawed. Therefore, one Nikke from Perilous Siege will be deployed on a mission 7-1 as a parallel agent. Codename K gladly accepted the mission.
Engaging with enemy.
Okay, so 6-0's origin is in I really need to go back and play Dirty Backyard and all those events.
Destroyed. Reload.
Because I know Sugar has something to do with 6-0, and I know the Underworld Queens are fighting her actively, but I don't know anything about 6-0 except for this. I feel like I'm missing a lot of stuff to make this feel a lot cooler.
It looks like I've won this game.
Have you reviewed everything? Yes. I have high expectations for you. That means you have a great responsibility. It's to carry out justice, isn't it? I've been doing that all along. I know the weight of this burden. Confidence is good, but it won't be enough. Then what more is needed? Conviction. An unwavering belief that the path you are walking is righteous. There must not be a shred of doubt. Without such convictions, I cannot entrust this mission to you. I thought you were going to say something else. You think I don't have conviction? Do you think I could have done what I've done without it? At any rate, I've seen that they are expanding the library, sorting even the most minute of details. That's because records are important. Our mission is to establish a universal form of justice, one which all of humankind can share, recognize, and follow. Spare me the linguistic gymnastics and just let me do my thing. I'll show you what justice really is. And I'll do it by any means necessary. Understood. I remember. So that's what happened. I was just a puppet. Completely hollow inside. I didn't have a clue. All I was doing was dancing to someone else's tune. There's nothing righteous about that. Okay, it's not your fault. The judges erased your memory so they could use you. What difference does that make? What does it change? It doesn't wash my hands of the blood I spilled for no good reason. It doesn't change the fact that everything which I believed was justice instead was evil. Lauren slams the book she was reading to the floor. Would you can it already? What? Get over here. Morin grabs Kay's arm and drags her out. What the? How come you're so heavy? Where are you going? I have something to show you. What is it? My interpretation of justice. That's gonna be great. Morin is... I really do think Morin is my favorite member of Underworld Queens. I haven't seen much of her naturally. I've seen her go to the coin rush before the Ark invasion. And I've seen her in what's it called? So at the coin rush before the Ark invasion, I saw her at the summer event, and I saw, I think, at least part of her Bond story. That's about it, though. I think she's really cool. I really like Morin.
I may look like a bunny, but I'll take on anyone, anytime, anywhere.
Ooh. Ren takes us to Fog Hollow. Sorry, I'm chewing. Huh? Morin? I did not tell you to take it easy. What you doing here? I'm just stopping by. After a brief chat with Morin, Jin leaves and Morin turns to us. Here, look. Look at what? That. The Morin points to the villagers working in tandem with members of the Peony Association to rebuild the town. I still don't get what your point is. Get a good look, alright? On to the next place. Morin once again grasps Kay. This time, she drags her to a small hill overlooking the Fog Hollow. Look here, too. Morin points to what appears to be dozens of graves. Tell me when you've gotten a good eyeful, then I can start talking again. What is it that you want to say? Morin doesn't answer, and instead picks up a bottle of alcohol placed in front of a grave. She slowly weaves her way through the cemetery, pouring a bit of liquor over each of the graves. Did you see that? Alright, then I'll start. This is my definition of righteousness. What? You should know. Alright, maybe you don't because your memory was erased. Anyway, this is what I consider righteous. No, I remember. Less than 10% of the original residents here survived. What are you talking about? They're not dead. What? Case stares at the graves, bemused. They're alive in here. Morin points to her own chest. Everything comes at a cost. When something is rotten, it has to be pulled out by the root. Okay, it kind of takes away that she's dressed in civvy clothes, I will say. I love her civvy clothes, though. These things are true, but even so, that doesn't mean you can't cut people out of your life and act as if they never existed. That's not how it works. I was wondering when you'd finally get to the point. You call that righteousness? I call it hypocrisy. I wouldn't know anything about that. It hurts my head to think about it. But I don't regret it. Not one bit. Destroying this village was something I had to do. And now I carry those people in my heart. It was something that I had to do as a human being. We must fix what is wrong. Or rather, we can fix it. If you step down the wrong path, you can always turn back around. If something is unjust, then you make it right. If we keep doing that, then I believe that will make this world a better place to live in. To me, that's what justice means. I'm not sure if I know what being okay feels like. My life's been hard and always will be. It's heavy. But I'm holding up. I believe that. I'm doing the right thing. I believe that I'm making this world a better place. It's what makes me able to endure it. It's okay. Well, I've said my piece. I'll go help the others with the repairs. Thanks, Moran. We're grateful. Not as grateful as I am to you. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have known what to do next. Anyway, let me know once things are settled. I'll continue my investigation. What do you think of what she said? Aye. Hearing footsteps behind me, I turned, thinking that Moran had come back. Did you see something? Huh? It's time. Pass your judgment, Wolfie. Yes, it's I. 7. The narrator is calling me 7 because that is what this name stands for in Roman numerals. The evil which you must judge.
Time to take out the trash.
I cannot judge you yet, for I do not know.
Reloading.
I cannot judge that which I do not know, and thusly I cannot judge you.
I'll reload. Time for no
Actually, wait. If I can... Damn it.
It looks like I've won.
I
this
should
game.
replace... whatever. I'm just putting the gloves back on because, you know what? For the finale, I'm wearing the full cosplay. I take my gloves off to eat because these are nice gloves and I'm eating nachos. I don't want to ruin my stuff. Especially since this cosplay is going to be something I wear in public later. Maybe later today, actually, because I do have someone I need to give a ride to later. V frowns at Kay. You're breaking down faster this time. Are you the one who erased Kay's memories and used her? Yes, I'm the one who erased her memories. I gave her the order and granted her plea. What do you mean? I'm afraid you've been mistaken all this time. It wasn't me or anyone else who chose to erase her memories. It was her own decision. Becoming an agent of justice. Becoming a puppet under our control. Erasing her memories, it was all Kay's own choice. And this time, she even tried to eliminate herself. Of course, an agent of justice cannot be undone by a weapon crafted to uphold justice. Even if that agent is a pathetically faulty instrument. So that wound before, neither a pawn nor an agent of justice is permitted to take their own life. That's right, Kay. Your life is no longer your own. You've relinquished control over even that. Kay grits her teeth and lowers her head. The puppet show ends here. I must say it made for excellent prelude to the final judgment. Now then, are you ready, Wolfie? You have already seen the truth. How the once glorious institution of justice fell and sank into the mire only to be tainted and become evil. All of the pieces are arranged on the chessboard. All that remains is for you to decide. So, for the cause and to choose the new king, pass your judgment. My phone abruptly starts ringing, startling me. V, however, looks unaffected, as if he'd been expecting it. As I pick up, I hear a man's voice on the other end. Hurry up and decide. The stage is set. The conditions are already met. We may have skipped a few steps along the way, but the end result is the same as it always has been. Now make your choice. Who the fuck are you? Oh, goodness me, I'm getting ahead of myself. Forgive me, it happens once you reach a certain age. It's a pleasure to meet you. Let's see, if I were in your position, I'd have you call me X. Ah, this song is beautiful.
Watch over me.
Whew.
Step back. Kill confirmed.
Please bring me luck.
Okay, it's not the most accurate cosplay as I can see now, but I'm taking what I can do.
I may look like a bunny, but I'll take on anyone, anytime, anywhere.
I'd have you call me X. Now, getting back to what we were discussing. I'm sure you're used to situations like this by now. Choose, Wolfie. In the name of justice, deliver your judgment to the one before you, whom you deem unrighteous. I refuse. Why is that? This time will be different. I won't get involved in this ridiculous political game. Political game? I suppose that's not entirely incorrect. Very well then, allow me to help you come to a decision. As soon as X is finished speaking, V pulls a handgun from his coat and aims it at K. Small word of caution. Don't think for a second that I'm bluffing. It's a master's duty to be willing to put down a mad dog which could go wild at any moment. Son of a... Kay stares emotionlessly at the gun pointed at her. Now it's time to make a decision. So what's it gonna be? Which one of the unjust will you judge? For the sake of a righteous judgment, I will judge K as innocent. V lowers his weapon and without a moment's hesitation, turns it on himself and pulls the trigger. This is insane. A splendid choice, Wolfie. Or perhaps I should call you V. What? A job opening just came up. In light of the judgment you've made up until now, we have decided to offer you Seven's position. There's something strange about X's voice which makes me feel uneasy, although I can't quite figure out why. You're standing at another fork in the road. Accept or decline, a binary decision. But is it really? People often delude themselves into thinking that they've made a choice. In most situations, however, everything is already predetermined, including the options available to them. People simply trick themselves into believing there's an alternative. All decisions by the judges are made by vote. Don't get the wrong idea. It's true that we did manipulate you, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a loss for you. Some food for thought, don't you think? recently come to know one of the judges better. I understand how confusing, even frustrating this must be. Nevertheless, set aside your youthful bluster for the moment. Suppress your emotions and think rationally about which path benefits you the most. That is the only way you can achieve your goal, I promise you. Can I ask you something? By all means. The decision to have me join the judges. Was it unanimous? I'm fairly certain I know at least one member who would be opposed to it. Aren't all decisions made by the judges supposed to be unanimous? I knew it. I was too impatient. I figured that slight nudging and persuasion would be inefficient. At some point, X's voice has changed, now resembles the friendly, elderly man next door. Allow me to make a correction. First and foremost, unanimity isn't always mandatory for us to make decisions. Sometimes majority votes are sufficient. A single person can even push for a resolution through, albeit at a greater political risk. And to that end, I must admit, this was a decision that I made on my own. But as you can see, it failed miserably, so I might have to lay low for a while. I know what you're thinking. Why is he confessing all of this to me? The moment doubt rears its ugly head, it's already over. And it's simply a matter of time until the truth is uncovered. Like with Kay. What do you possibly have to gain by roping me in with the judges? A formidable successor whom I can entrust the future to. Huh? Have you not been listening to me? I don't have much time left, but the Ark is still in dire need of justice. I must impart my knowledge to a successor while I still can. However, in attempting to do so, I have been dealt a fatal blow. What a disaster. You say that, but you seem quite happy. Of course I am. My successor has grown up splendidly without me having to teach him anything. While we're on the subject, you should consider having a child at some point. After retirement, doting on grandchildren is all we old folk have left. There I go again, saying too much. These kinds of things happen when you get old. I hope you understand. We admire young folks and feel proud of them, but we also envy them. So don't test my patience too much, Wolfie. I can't keep this position empty forever. Oh, and one more thing. I have a gift for you. Think of it as a tribute to the victor. What is it? I leave Kay's fate in your hands. Kill her, erase her memory, make her a slave, ignore her. The choice is entirely up to you. We now have a fourth member of the counters because I don't fucking trust the judges with her. The call ends. I gaze at Kay, who's looking at me with sunken eyes. I don't fucking trust the judges. We're taking Kay to the counters.
Let's test your luck.
Okay, I should not be wearing these gloves while playing, but whatever. Let's see, what does your ult do?
You all alive.
Ding. Son of a... Alright, I'll test Kay's kit off stream then.
I will never fall.
Erase my memory. What? Or kill me. Most of the stuff that X said was complete nonsense. But there was an element of truth to some of it. Asking me to erase the memories is the same as asking me to kill you. I can't make that kind of decision. It's not what I am. There's an irony right here. That is very funny to me. We're gonna refuse to choose two. Okay, you're not a puppet. You saw those records. I'm a bad person by anyone's measurement. All of those deranged orders from V. I obsessed over how to carry them out more effectively. I claimed to be making my own judgments, completely unaware that the outcome was already decided. And you carried them out flawlessly. Despite all of that, you never gave up on life. What? Erasing your memory may be close to dying, but it's not exactly the same. Why is it that you chose to have your memories erased instead of being killed? You want to know my theory? I think you want to fix things somehow. You were in too much pain and couldn't bear it, so you erased your memories. But even then, you couldn't run. You still wanted to restore justice with your own hands. In life, we're faced with many imbalances. We pile on additional weight and remove others, attempting to balance the scales. But there's no such thing as a perfect equilibrium. Rather than trying too hard to make everything balanced. In times like that, I tilt my head and then everything looks in order. It's a way to get by and keep living. I'm going. I'll see you later. So that canonically means we spared the guy in the first quest, right? Because that's the cutscene. Tilt your head and compromise. The thorns on Key's gun spark ominously. There's no lasting damage, just pure pain. Perfect for extracting the truth. The methods used must be clean. There you go again. You're gonna be up all night. Remember, clean methods make for a clean resolution. Alright. Stop going about clean this and clean that. I'll do things my own way. Even if the means were immortal, even if you did not act righteously, you still wanted to restore justice. There's more to it than that. I'm a villain, a bloodthirsty, vicious villain. What right do I have to talk about justice? You're on the right path as we speak. What? Moran is a just person. Is she a perfect person? No. She's not without her flaws. But if you were to place her on the scales, they would certainly tip toward that side that's just. Even if others call her a criminal, and despite what occurred in Fog Hollow, which I don't fucking know what happened in Fog Hollow, she's still a righteous person. That's because she's striving to uphold what she feels is right. Up until now, you've left all the decision making up to me. Now it's time for you to decide, Kay. So what's it gonna be? What's your decision? My decision is... Kay grits her teeth and slowly lifts her head. I really can't stand this. Twisting and smashing words together and to try and force meanings even when it makes no sense. Talking like you know everything when you don't have a clue. I tried to kill myself for goodness sakes, I'm too far gone. This is why I don't like humans. You don't like humans? No. At least not before. I see. Doesn't seem like much has changed. You're right. Nothing nothing has changed. And that's a bad thing. So, it's time we change that. Starting now. I'll help. You? How? I'll figure out a way. Okay, looking more at ease, picks up the gun from the floor. Alright. Show me. Let me see for myself. Show me what righteousness is in you. On the road for justice I'm meant to follow. Road for justice, begin.
That was a simple mission.
I absolutely love this song. Oh my god! They actually made that the background. You know what? Bass. I respect the hell out of it. We'll get these now. I'm not gonna roll for K right now anymore because I just mileaged her. Maybe some of the single rolls later, but actually no, because I want to save those tickets for Stellar Blade. Oh. This song is absolutely epic though. I'm actually curious, is this song available on Spotify already? I'm just looking up right now if this song is available online because, oh god, this is great. Looks like it. At least Cosmograph was released too. Alright, well, Cosmograph. Okay. Cosmograph is fucking great. Like, genuinely, these people need more accolades in their lives. Because I cannot think there's ever going to be enough for them. God damn. I'm literally looking on Spotify right now for this, and I do not see it released there yet. Oh, that song sounds so cool, though. In related news, I did actually recently buy the soundtracks for Overzone, Neverland, and the Lost Kingdom. We'll just do my dailies and talk about the event now again, just like usual. I loved it. I genuinely think that was one of my favorite events that I have seen in a very long time. Not a very long time. Arcana's event I enjoyed enough. His event was just super good and super interesting. And I think that's going to come back later. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to come up again later, but we are definitely going to be coming back into the plot point with the judges. I think... I hope sooner, because 6-0's getting involved with the judges now. That's probably going to have something to do with hard mode ending, too. Although, I'm actually confused. Where the hell... The Blanc and Noir just weren't in the story at all. I personally designed the room you're staying in. What do you think of it? I appreciate the subtle touches of pink. Thank you for the feedback. I try to incorporate pink in subtle ways so it doesn't overwhelm the room's aesthetic. Thank you, Dorothy.
My mind has been filled with you.
I feel like I should be running away now. I trust Isabelle more than I trust Dorothy. That's what I'm going to say about that, though. Nothing about that Little Mermaid. But yeah, I definitely appreciate that event. It was one of my favorite ones that I've seen in a hot minute. I feel like I'm just really happy that we have Kay there. The mentions of Sixo, without Sixo being in the plot, have me really invested. And I just really want to know now exactly what the hell is up with Sixo, if that makes sense. Because, you know, I genuinely just don't fucking know Sixo or anything about her, I guess. Her, him, it, whatever the fuck Sixo is. I don't know. And I'm genuinely curious. So I'm probably going to have to go back to do Kill the Lord later. I'll probably have to do Kill the Lord later and the other ones that were around that time frame. Not even the time frame. Because Kill the Lord actually came out over a year ago. Right? Yeah, Kill the Lord came out before 1.5. I know that because I never played Kill the Lord. I think it was like the event right before it. Or somewhere around there. I would need to look at the update calendar to be absolutely sure. But I mostly know it for the fact that The Killer Wife comes out there, and because I was one of the last few Nikke my friend got before he introduced me to the game. I'm bored stiff. You want to play a game? Video game. Seriously? What are you, a kid? What kind of game is it? Turn it on. This is actually kind of fun. Aww.
Do I look like a pushover to you? Huh?
You look like someone whose fate is in my hands. I really that plot point coming back is something I definitely want to see. I'm sorry, Phantom. I misclicked. What was I about to say though? Yeah, no, I'm definitely. Yeah, no, I think it was fun. The mystery was very intriguing, but there's still honestly a lot of stuff I'm not sure about from there. Oh, D is great. I wonder if next time we're going to get an alternate version of K. We also do now technically have confirmation that there's more members of Perilous Siege than D and K because of that section in the library, explaining that only 2 of the members' information was missing. That does imply that there are more members we don't have. Also, just no one in chat. Again, whatever. I had fun, and I'm going to enjoy watching this VOD when I inevitably do that. Okay, so those are boots. I'm still finishing the cosplay a little. I'm proud of it. I think I did good. That's what matters at the end of the day. Oh, yeah, I gotta deal. I should be doing that more often. Oh, whatever. Union members have stopped. Okay. Electric team here. Let's try a little different. Zappity zappity.
I guess this is an outdoor party.
Yes, here it is. Kay's got some decent strength in it. You know, let's just give her a little more buff. I've been looking forward to Kay for too long, okay? I definitely a Kay fan. I love Isabel too, don't get me wrong, but let's
It would be nice if the flowers could come along too.
go for this. Because I'm just curious what Kay does mostly.
Let's test your luck. Shall we let the seeds sprout? I'm gonna roast you all alive.
Also, I don't know if anyone else was able to see it, but there was actually a moment there where the cards were on the background of her thing. Yeah, so this is shotgun. I'm very sad that Arcana refused to come home.
Let's test your luck. Nature is a beautiful thing. Behold
I feel like
ultimate blade.
Kay would probably come in handy with some reload speeders and other last bullet mechanics. Moran actually would be good. Arcana would be great.
Let's test your luck.
Ding!
Shall we? I'm gonna roast you all alive. Show them no quarter.
I kind of like that she switches to the shotgun there. It's kind of a dope thing. Go boom, go boom, go kill it, kill it, kill it.
Let's test your luck. Nature.
I think this is a good electric team, actually. Especially 'cause I don't have Summer and Ease, and I don't have Arcana because I missed... Arcana's banner did not treat me well. That's part of why I just mileage K, because I basically got... I got a lot of mileage tickets from Arcana anyway, and I did not want to try and roll for K after I already blew up most of my stuff.
Shall we let the seeds sprout? I'm gonna roast you all alive. Feeling overflowing?
She looks like she's having so much fun there. Poor thing. Okay, we might actually just be able to Oko this thing, basically.
Let's test your luck.
Or once I one round this. I'm not the best person in this guild by any metric, but I still try to keep it efficient.
Behold my ultimate blade. This is the most beautiful flower seen before. Let's test your luck. Shall we let the seeds sprout?
Do I need more cooldown reduction in this team? I think I need more cooldown reduction.
This is the most beautiful flower seen before.
Test your luck. I love Rouge. She is basically my favorite member of 777. So I hope she exists with the bunny girls when baseball stuff happens.
Show them no quarter.
Speaking, I am very annoyed that Blanca Noir did not exist during that event when they were some of the power-up banner. Shit. Kill it.
Shall we let
There we go.
the seeds sprout?
But yeah, no, because Blanca Noir were on there at the 40 and 30% mark.
Feeling overflowing by
Like, I know they have the free skins that are out right now. Or one is a free skin and one is a mission pass, but you know what I mean. And... shit. Kill it. Kill it.
test your luck.
Kill it with impunity. The fires of the God Emperor.
Nature is a beautiful thing. Behold my ultimate blade. Show them no quarter.
There we go. I was like, oh yeah, I'm very sad Blanc Noir there. I genuinely thought, because they were talking about a baseball event going on and for these days, I was hoping and thinking that it was going to be what's it called? Which one did I do first? I'm keeping you down here. All right. Oh, actually, wait. I just realized something. I finally have Dorothy. Oh, but Milk is still stronger than Dorothy according to my stats. By how? Oh, by a lot. Yeah, we're keeping Milk then.
All right, let's do it.
I think we do it like this. No. This. Spend the equivalent of 40 tickets. My friend just told me that he spent 40 tickets, got 4 SSRs, and none of them were K, and I am loving it. See, that's what I just did. I did 2 10 rolls. I did one before off stream and one now. I spent the equivalent of approximately
Try this one on for size. Have a taste of adventure.
26 tickets,
When you're lost,
and then just
look to the
mileage.
I will light up the way.
I'm in the zone.
You just wait and see.
Come on, come on, come on.
And go. Yep.
Try this one on for size.
I genuinely thought, based on how this event was scheduled and talked, and with the news we did have, I figured we were going to sneak into a baseball stadium, and it would have been like just another standard. Okay, we're working with Perilous Siege this time, K instead of D, and go kill some baseball player or manager that was corrupt. Kill them all.
For size. Have a taste of adventure.
I just find it funny though that my Milk is stronger than my Dorothy.
Lost, look to this lantern.
I actually have had Milk long enough to invest in her.
Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Made for you.
You just wait and see.
Try this one on for size. Would you like to try our signature menu? Will you join me, subordinate?
I will light up the way.
Yeah, go pop up.
Try this one on for size. Have a taste of adventure.
When you're lost, look to this lantern. I will light up the
I'm in
way.
the zone. So,
So my water team is at least pretty good. Elysian, that's a weak point fire. My fire team might need work. What have here? I have Alice. Drake Rappy. Clean it out. Fire.
Roger.
I really do enjoy being with you.
Honestly, I feel like Miranda might be good here.
All right. I'll go with you.
For the final one, which does yours as a passive and yours 50. Okay, so wait. When attacking the core and just regular attack. Okay, there's no core in Atlesian, so we'll go for you. I'm going to get absolutely bodied here, watch. But I want the overspecs on the team. Tear through! And then Alice is just good. Yeah, is there a way this works? I don't honestly think there is, but we'll find out. My Mihara is at least absolutely fucking strong. Explain. Okay, Balgrim. Okay, since you did join chat, let me just finish this fight, and then I will go into the Arcana skill kit. Since you did graciously abide by my request. I'm just doing my union raids right now. Though I did also use K 3 seconds ago, and yeah, no, K is fun. Her ult is also really cool because it turns her into a shotgun. And for the people watching this VOD, because I don't think anyone's watching live except for Balgrim, basically, he was texting me in the middle of the last batch talking about how absolutely fun K looks. And I told him how I ilaged her while I was live just because I'm not dealing with trying to pull that right now. I love the skins. Okay, okay. I don't have all the skins. I have 2 skins on this. Actually, no, I have 3. The one of these skins was free. I think. Yeah, one of these skins was free. We're just not gonna go into how many actual gacha skins I have. Though I am also very much looking forward to you enough. Fuck you. I am very much looking forward to the baseball skins for Blanca Noir. Because I think I sent it to you. Blanc is getting the actual base. You have enough. I don't have enough. There is no such thing as too much of a good thing. That's the hill I'm dying. Oh, hey, I'm actually going to win this fight? Oh, shit. I thought I was going to lose. There's my 3rd bunny out. Hey! Yeah, I knew I sent that to you. But yeah, Bunny Alice is absolutely one of my favorites. She's on my main team. Okay, so we did the union. Okay, so let's actually go into it, because I didn't go into it much when she was released, because I never ended up pulling her. But, not owned, because she should be up here. So Arcana's kit is actually really cool, and a lot of people saw her as the Isabel buffer. So activates when you go into full burst, affects all burst 3 electric code allies who previously cast their burst skill. If self is in Wheel of Fortune status, blah, blah, blah. The magician cooldown of skill, so skill 2 cooldown goes down by a lot for a couple seconds. We'll get into that in a second. And activates when full burst ends, affects all allies. 5% attack buff for the attacker for this person's attack, which at max it should be okay. It's neat. This part actually should synergize well with Isabel, because Isabel ends the full burst sooner. So both of these should go really good with her. But yeah, affects all da-da-da. Dimension cooldown of their second skill. Oh, wait, that actually does help Isabel a lot. So, because I just kind of went through a little bit of a mumble fest there. Basically, at the end of full burst, you're going to reduce the cooldown of skill 2 by 30%. By a bunch. So, for K, it'll be this thing. Which is, it's her tilting scales, which is the ammo reduction. That's actually going to pair very well, though, as well with Isabel. So that'll be a 75% cooldown reduction to her pointed feathers. So that's part of why people were talking a lot with Isabel when it came to Arcana coming out. But apparently she's also really good with K. So if we go back to Arcana, we saw what her first skill does. Her second skill, Cycle of Destiny, activates with full burst ends, all same type of allies, those two. Strength, attack, oh god. So, big fucking attack buff at the end of full burst. And cooldown reduction of their burst skill by 6 seconds, extra attack, and extra attack damage. So I think it's all of these that happen. Also, that happens just whenever those are only going to happen when she uses her burst, though, because that's what sets her in Wheel of Fortune. So you're basically pairing her with one of those two and just giving them a shit ton of damage. Because, yeah. Yeah, so it just gives a shit ton of damage to one of those two. Part of why that's going to help K a lot is because if you look at K's kit, she has a lot of last bullet stuff, and she also reduces some of her stacks when you end full burst. So Fulfillment of Righteousness and Scale of Righteousness are just gone when you full burst her. Or when the full burst ends. Basically, yeah. Arcana is really good for Isabel and Kay. Actually, who else would she be really good for there? Technically, I guess Cinderella would be pretty good. Scarlet, not as good as Trina. Isabel is just really goated with her. I don't want to hear a damn thing about this skin, by the way. Haran, what would Haran do? Haran exists with that. It doesn't really do much. Ice Maiden, it's just Ice Maiden. Privity Maid doesn't really do much. Then Kay, we already talked about her. So her skill 2 doesn't really do much overall. It's got a max ammunition capacity reduction. And attack damage up by that. Yeah, so there's no like cooldown time on here. So I guess Arcana really was made to work with Isabel. How about Ian? Ian, not really, because Ian doesn't really have anything for that skill 2. Maiden it actually could work with, because Maiden has this ability for taunting. What about Guillotine? Guillotine, no cooldown time. I'm just looking for the cooldown times right now. Okay, technically this would work. Yeah, and Cinderella, nothing. So yeah, because of all the additional end of full burst things that happen, Kay would be a good pair for Arcana. Isabel is really the best, especially because Isabel has this. Affects all allies. Full burst time reduced by 5 seconds, which would actually speed up Arcana's ability. So yeah, Isabel. So that would speed up Arcana's ability activating. So, God, if I had Arcana, honestly, I think a great team for that would probably be Siren, Arcana, Isabel. Who else would be good for that type of team? Because I'm trying not to go full electric on there. Crown is good for every team. I'm doing. You could do one of the sailing maids, I guess. I'm just thinking of what type of team comp would be good for Arcana right now. Could honestly probably do Mast. Just because Mast does have the minigun and the extra damage buffs. Anchor would be good for sustain, though. Because Anchor does have some neat sustain overall. I'm actually just... Or Polly. Polly is great for everything, and if anyone says otherwise, they're wrong. Polly's adorable. Yeah, because Polly's abilities are pretty good overall. Probably some sustain, and then for burst 3, for the second burst 3, I would just go Helm, right? Helm does a shit ton of CDR. Siren affects all ally. Okay. Yeah, that would be good because that activates a little sooner. It doesn't help the most, but it does just keep moving. Up the attack damage. Send a new peers. Da da da. Yeah, so Siren would be my choice for burst 1. For burst 2, Arcana. Crown feels like the cop-out answer. Mari's also a cop-out answer because these two are just genuinely really good. You could do Red Hood for a burst 2 never happens, but it would be funny. So what's Red Hood's burst 2 again? It's a taunt that gives everyone lifesteal, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, it's a taunt that gives everyone lifesteal when Red Hood does burst 2. So that would be funny. Biscuit could honestly work just because Biscuit's 40-second cooldown, really great to exist on the team. Any 40-second burst too, though, and probably just Helm for the cooldown reduction, or just whoever Elemental Strong for a flex. But no, Isabel and Arcana are a great team. If I had them, or if I had Arcana, I would 100% be team crafting right now on stream just because I eat that shit up. I just really wish I had Arcana right now. Also my molds. What else is there? Yeah, I have her now. I also still have mileage for at least one more. Depending on how much I go into, I can get more. I love this screen. Okay, we're going to... Before we log out for the day, dear what? Dear God, what? What are you looking at? What is it now? Somebody has yes, because I save them. I save them so that way I can use them later if I don't have enough for the what's it called. So that way I just have some saved up for the weekly reset so I can just get 20 weekly mission points. Anyway, as I was saying, we're just going to switch into the spreadsheet again. I updated this earlier in the stream. The total rolls count is not updated. This is going to be additional like 20-something, maybe 30. We'll figure that out later. Total rolls, I forgot to update. I'm not doing it right now because I'm lazy. And I promised I'd give someone a ride in an hour. Tetraline still with the most, but they also just have the most units. I'm still missing Crust. We do officially add K because of mileage. I do not regret that because I wanted K. Missilus, I actually have more Missilus than Elysion, which is funny. I'm still missing the 2 Nikke from down here. Missing... I don't think I'm missing 1 Nikke from here, I guess. Actually, that's kind of funny. Because I'm not missing any Missilus Nikke. I'm no longer missing any Pilgrims since I pulled Dorothy. Fucking took me forever. Abnormal, I'm missing a shit ton of abnormal because those don't get rerolled. But, changing those, yeah, we're still around 6%. D is eyes? Yeah, no, D is 1 away from being max cord. We haven't seen the top rankings change. Scarlet Black Shadow kind of taking a nap. Leader is going for it. Drake cheated because of her event, but I finished her event, so she's not getting anything else unless I pull it. Rouge and Rouge, I would not mind trying to keep going for it. Mary scares me. Signal and Pravati are just kind of sitting there. Vesti actually just got MLB'd last night, so that's kind of a neat thing. And then, yeah, no, D is just 1 away from the max limit break, from the max core. We still have 30% of the Nikke at max limit break potential. They are not max limit breaked yet. The one time Drake actually does something evil. Yeah, no, 100%. It's the actual evil deed she's done. She is trying to steal the place of my first max core. Yeah, no, it's kind of funny though. Aside from that though, Kilo just has the 2 because I didn't bothered. Mori's at 1. I am probably going to use the spare bodies from Mori to just upgrade Kilo because I actually use Kilo on occasion. Because Kilo's actually pretty good as a unit. Aside from that, let's see. Anything else stand out? Not really. The main rankings haven't changed much. We're still missing a couple. The unique total percentage does look like it's going down just because I keep pulling new ones. If anyone ever wants this document, Balgrim, I forced him to use this document, but I'm probably going to start posting this, the template I have of this on the live streams, just so people can copy it and use it themselves, because I find it fun. I'm a fucking nerd, so take that for what you will. But yeah, these are the numbers as we are. We're still not fully... I'm looking forward to this one, though, considering I'm in the cosplay for her right now. I am also very pleased with this cosplay. Aside from that, nothing too special. I will be back next week for the... Oh my god. Yeah, I'll be back again next week. Haven't updated it in years. I sent this document to you a few months ago. I've only been playing Nikke for a little over a year. Because April was my 1-year anniversary of playing the game. I made this document months after. You've been playing the game longer, though, Well, I know you have. I don't actually know when you started, but I know you started before me. It is way too hot for this cosplay. Either way, that was the event. I am disappointed that it wasn't baseball themed. I am very sad Blanca Noir didn't show up. Holy hell, that event was so good, though. I am very happy with it. The music was absolutely awesome. The music was great. Yeah, no, that's all I have. I liked the event. The music was great. I'm sad Blanca Noir didn't show up. Aside from that, I think I still need to finish my dailies. So with that being said, have a good day. Hope you enjoy yourself.